What is up, Janksters? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHawks42 on the internet, and today we have a fun deck that was actually originally submitted by my buddy Pontologist on stream. Actually, this was a live creation on stream. He submitted a deck. We did tune it up a little bit to really lean into some of the win conditions and really make it a little more consistent. But at the end of the day, what we have is a Song of Creation deck that does not run a Thassa's Oracle style effect where the goal is to just mill yourself out. Song of Creation can mill yourself out beautifully, don't get me wrong, and that is an issue that we face with this deck pretty consistently. Like, we need to be aware of that risk, and we need to do something about it. And we have some options, most notably Gaia's Blessing. Gaia's Blessing is a great way to shuffle cards from our graveyard back into our library, and when we have very few cards in our library, the chance of us drawing those cards again, pretty darn high. So that's a great idea, great way to help. But we also have a couple other win conditions that are a big frickin' deal here. One in Grapeshot, which is kind of obvious. With Song of Creation, you're going to be casting a lot of spells every single turn. You're going to have the opportunity to put additional lands into play, but you have to discard your hand at the end of every single turn. So the idea is you cast a bunch of spells, you Grapeshot for a buttload of damage, life is good, right? We also have Birgi in here as a way of generating mana every time we cast a spell. So we cast a cheap spell, either a 0 cost or a 1 cost. We create 1 mana, we draw 2 cards from Song Creation, rinse, repeat, Bob's your uncle, life is good. We also have Glint-Horn Buccaneer. Glint-Horn Buccaneer is a lovely way to close things out. Even if we don't get to our Grapeshots, to be honest, I think the Buccaneer can handle it on its own. Now, this deck is also historic. And the reason it's historic is because cards like Grapeshot, Explore, Chromatic Sphere, and Strike It Rich are not available in Explorer. So that's something to be aware of. This deck, as it stands right now, is very much linked to the historic format. That said, you could come up with a variant of it pretty comfortably because some of the key pieces like Buccaneer, the song itself, Birgi, Gaia's Blessing, Ornithopter. Actually, Ornithopter I believe is legal because it was in Kaladesh. Then we also have Mox Amber. So you could theoretically take a number of other cheap small spells, nothing quite as efficient as Strike It Rich, potentially, but all the same, or Explore for that matter. Explore is excellent in here, but you could swap Explore for, say, Growth Spiral or something like that to make it work in in Explorer if you wanted to. But in Historic, I gotta say, this deck pops and it's awesome. It's beautiful to see. But the reason the Glint-Horn Buccaneer, getting back to my point there, the reason that Glint-Horn Buccaneer is a win condition for us is because it has a little piece of text on it that says, whenever you discard a card, Glint-Horn Buccaneer deals 1 damage to each opponent. Well, if you've drawn 12 cards in a turn, you have to discard them all at the end of the turn. It's 12 damage directly to your opponent's face. And on top of that, if you have 2 Glint-Horn Buccaneers now, that's 24 damage directly to your opponent's face. GG's. Like, that's it. That's all you need. And then on top of that, we can soften them up with a Grapeshot. Even if we don't have the Grapeshot for lethal, we can Grapeshot them down to a lower life total and then have Glint-Horn Buccaneer finish the job. So that's pretty darn sweet. The Buccaneer also helps us dig for our combo pieces because it has an ability, pay 2, discard a card, draw a card, activate only if Glint-Horn Buccaneer is attacking, and it is a 2/4 haster for 3. So it actually fits this deck like a glove. It's awesome. Other cheap spells that we have to get the chain moving is we have Mox Amber, we have Ornithopter, which are just 0 drops to play. That's it. That's all they are. That's all we need, frankly. The other option that you could put into this slot, again, if you wanted to make it Explorer viable, is Stonecoil Serpent. That's actually a very flexible spell because in the early game, it can also be a creature that can block for you, but in the late game, it could just be a 0 drop that can keep things moving. So that's an option. That actually would be a fine addition to this deck. But then Strike It Rich, it only costs 1, and it also has Flashback. That's very, very important, and it nets you a treasure token. So if you have Birgi down, this actually nets you positive 1 mana. Awesome. You'll love to see it. And then we also have Chromatic Sphere. You can sacrifice it to add 1 mana of any color and then draw a card. One of the biggest issues with Song Creation is in the late game, our hand is going to be empty if Song is on the field and, last turn we had to discard for it. One of the biggest issues is having no spells in hand. If we don't have any spells to cast to trigger Song of Creation, we're dead in the water. So one of the things that makes Strike It Rich nice is the flashback, and also Chromatic Sphere allows us to draw an additional card without having to cast it with no spells in hand. So if we top deck a land, we can then cast we can tap Chromatic Sphere, create a mana, whatever, but draw a card, and that may be a spell that can kickstart the whole process. Otherwise, Strike It Rich, we can flash it back, and that's very handy as well. So this is the Song of Creation, just ping deck. We're trying to ping our opponent to death with a Glint-Horn Buccaneer and a Grapeshot. Again, huge shout out to Pontologist for putting this on my radar. And we had a blast dialing this in and having some fun on stream. And we're going to have a blast today playing it in a couple of games. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of it, please don't hesitate, more like it, I should say. Please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. It makes a huge difference to the channel. I'd appreciate it very, very much. While you're down there, also give it a little thumbs up. Helps feed the algorithm, helps get more eyeballs on the channel, and it just makes a huge difference. So with that, let's get into some gameplay. This hand looks pretty sweet. Strike It Rich is awesome. We don't have a green mana source, but Strike It Rich can solve that problem for us pretty comfortably. Also, the trick is to hold on to the Mox Amber until after Song of Creation comes online. So we lead off with the Stormcarved Coast. Unfortunately, we can't hit Strike It Rich on one. That's okay, we'll manage. Turn 2, we can jam an island, double strike, well, or we can shotgun Steam Vents, double Strike It Rich. I think it's actually what I want to do here. This is a sorcery. Let us ramp, shall we? Let's shall. Alright. This has an opportunity to be very, very risky, and I'm here for it. Let's go. Because we don't have any mana generators at this point. Another card that is not in this list that you might be able, that you might want to put in your own brew is Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra is quite powerful. Valky's gonna find absolutely nothing. So yeah, check out my hand, bro. Check it out. No creatures. Enjoy, bro, or sis, or friend. Friend, I should say friend. That actually, I like that. Let's go with that. Sorry, friend. Nothing to see here. All right, we're gonna crack the song. Boom. It drops. Thopter, I choose you. We're gonna draw 2 cards. Ding, ding. Another song. I'm not casting 2 songs. I mean, I can't, but even if I could, I wouldn't do it. Alright, let's throw the Mox Amber. Mostly because we can. It's gonna show us a couple more cards. We can Strike It Rich, or we can Kai's Blessing here. Strike It Rich actually just draws through more cards in our deck. I don't necessarily want that. I think we just let these go. Guys, Blessing could draw us 3 cards. But at the same time, we're not worried about getting the Strike It Riches back into our library at this point. So we played our lands for turn. We're gonna discard some stuff. We're gonna have 3 Strike It Riches, or Strikes It Rich. Strikes It Rich, Strike It Riches. We're gonna have 3 strikes in our graveyard, so we're out. And that's okay. We can use one of them to kickstart the song next turn if we don't draw anything. Now, I really want to see a Birgi. If we can top deck a Birgi, that would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Like, no joke, phenomenal. Do. Now, you may notice that, like, I was very specific about not casting out the second song, mostly because if we get that's a surefire way to drain your whole hand and everything you have. And that's bad. I don't want that. Our opponent's playing Evolving Wilds. That leads me to believe that they're running some kind of, like, Jund-ish landfall thing, maybe? Yeah. I mean, definitely in Jund. There's no question about that. I'm just going to pop out a food token real quick. All right. Cool. Now, Ornithopter does nothing for us on the battlefield, so we might as well use it to soak up 2 damage. It doesn't really matter, but it has no effect, so it's irrelevant for us. All right, time to flashback a Strike It Rich. Song pops. What do we got? Oh, we have dismal garbage. That's what we got. We got an absolute crap sandwich here. All right. Now jam the Glint-Horn, I guess. We're gonna draw some more cards. We're gonna dump some more cards. Unfortunately, our Mox Amber's not online because we don't have any legendary creatures. Birgi, there you are. I'm gonna miss you. We're gonna attack our opponent for 2 here and deal 4 to their face at the end of turn, so that's nice. We still have 1 Strike It Rich back to get the process going again next turn. And we're now up a few more lands, so that's nice. 4 separate triggers. Pew, 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 pew. That's nice. Yeah, we got unlucky with a couple of those land hits. Yeah, we hit a pretty heavy concentration of land there, but it happens. One of the reasons I have flashbacks. Flashbacks? Flashes back? I don't know. Yeah, flashbacks. Flashback cards. Have flashback cards in your graveyard. They're good for you. We like those. You know, what's better than casting a spell? Casting a spell twice. Yeah, now we're talking. Alright, our opponent plays a Garrick's Uprising. Ugh, more lands. What the crap? Come on. Give me something good. This is all actively bad, but at the same time, we kind of have to do it. Second song. I was just talking about how I don't want that. But second song hits, and now we have an Ornithopter. This is now going to draw us 4 cards, so this is going to kind of turbocharge this whole thing. And a Grapeshot. Okay. Okay. Interesting. By playing the Chromatic Sphere instead of just hitting the Grapeshot and just losing their board, it might be costing us the game here. Never mind. We're good. All right. If we hit the Grapeshot here, we can deal 5 damage. Crack it. Sack it. There's Birgi again. Not overly enthused there. All right, but here comes the Grapeshot. We're going to draw 4 more cards. I'm going to get rid of all the critters. The rest is going to go face. We're drawing all the cards in the world here, which is kind of nice. Attack with the Buccaneer, slap for 2. We have to discard our whole hand. All the Glint-Horn Buccaneer triggers, and that's enough to end it. All right, there we go. We did the thing. That was exactly what this deck was trying to do. It popped off fairly early, and actually, you know what? The double song was exactly what we needed, so I am sorry for besmirching having a second Song of Creation on the battlefield. It proved very, very powerful, very, very potent, and at the end of the day, Glint-Horn Buccaneer, beautiful stuff. Let's move on to the next game, see if we can do that again. This hand looks amazing. Birgi, 2 strikes and a song. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do one bit. That coming to play tapped because the song next turn, or strike next turn is the same as a strike this turn. We really need to get Birgi going fast here. Explorer's nice. I'll take that. Go, strike it rich. Low striking a rich. Not doing that again. That'd be silly. Don't get me wrong, I love being silly, but I don't think that's the kind of silly we're looking for. All right. Birgi time. Do, 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 do. And the next turn, even if we don't hit a land, we can song. And that nets us a positive mana, which we can then start doing stuff with. Okay. We beat Elves! Alright. Striker Rich into a Glint-Horn is pretty freaking sweet. I think we keep this. Now, usually I don't like keeping 2-landers, but I think we got a shot here. Now, notably, we do not have a Song of Creation or a Birgi. That's an issue. Our opponent faces looting, putting an Emergent Ultimatum and a Scholar of Lost Troves in the graveyard. This is a Mizzix Mastery deck. We are I mean, there's a very real possibility we are out of our depth here, but that's okay. I'm going to play the Rockfall Veil here. That way we can shock in the Stomping Grounds next turn and play an Explore. That's my thought. Song, what up? I'm happy to see you. Let's go. Holy Rockfall Veils, Batman. Turns out we have a few of those. Let's drop Chromatic Sphere because we can. Striker Ridge might have made more sense there, but it's fine. We don't have any blue mana at this point, which is mildly problematic. Mildly problematic. Except for the mild part. Now, Chromatic Sphere can help us out in that regard. Cool. Well, here comes the Veil. We're going to tap for blue, draws a card. Here comes the Song. Need a red source so we can hit that striker rich. Stomping Grounds, you'll do. Boom. Boom. More goodies. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have played the song there, because now we're going to have to just empty our hand and lose a bunch of stuff. Kind of to no gain, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. I'm going to throw the Mox. Yeah, we lose a Birgi, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. We were going to lose the Mox anyway, so. And then we still have 42 cards left in the library, so we're going to be fine. That was a little dangerous. I probably should have just led with the Glint-Horn Buccaneer and passed. Although they're on a Boros, there's a good chance they have some kind of removal. But they got Unburial Rights in there too for Scholar of Lost Rows. Yeah. Yeah. No, they're going to Unburial Rights Salt Ultimatum, and we're going to be completely boned. Sheoldred. Yeah. That's actually not that bad for us. That's not that bad for us at all, as a matter of fact. Sun Creation doing his thing. Alright, we're double songing again. As nervous as that makes me. Here we go. Well. And we have to Grapeshot for very little here. We are going to draw 4 cards, but we don't have any mana sources, and we just had to play out both of our lands. So, whatever we draw in here is a lost cause. Hopefully another Strike It Rich so that we can do something with it. Yeah. Woof. Alright, this is not our game so far. I don't know why they grabbed the Sheoldred instead of just going straight for the Scholar of Lost Rows. That's what I would have done, but this still works. I mean, it ends up accomplishing what... had we had better draws that turn, we could have comboed off and it could have been really, really bad. But to be honest, I didn't sequence this game particularly well. So don't blame the deck, blame the pilot. Emergent Ultimatum, this is going to grab up Onwards Epiphany, Omniscience, and something else. Probably, well, or Vorinclex and Onyx. That's another classic. Actually, given what they're running, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Klex, Onyx, and Alrens. Or Omniscience. I mean, yeah. Oh, they just grabbed a bunch of Praetors. Actually, alright. I kind of like this opponent's style. I'm going to give them Jin and Urbrask. This is dangerous. This is... Or no, Jin and Elish Norn. Actually, I think we're just dead anyway. The whole hand size thing with Jin is irrelevant because we have to discard our hand at the end of the game anyway, or end of turn anyway. So that's a big fat whatever. Urbrask would have given them lethal, though, this turn. So, Urbrask had to go. And by default, Elish Norn resolves, and I don't like that. That's unpleasant, to say the least. But if we tap into a Glint-Horn Buccaneer and or a Birgi and get to chain off, we could win next turn if they can't close it right now. It's possible, depending on what we draw. It's all dependent on the draws. Yeah, but it's not a 4. Sure. They draw an obscene amount of cards off change of tags, which is what it is. Doesn't give them an unlimited hand size, though, so they do have to discard. Actually, a Birgi straight away wouldn't be bad either. Because we got the 2 songs. I mean, that's a supercharged song right there. We sacrifice a creature. Guess who doesn't care? This guy. We're going to get his blessing. Birgi. And Grapeshot. Yeah. Draw some goodies. Hey, Glint-Horn. What up, dog? I mean, you're not a dog. You're like a bull, but what up? All the same. Glint-Horn, get out here. You're my win con. You're my boy. Let's do this. You're my bull. Let's go. Birgi. Need you too. Get moving. Alright, this is going to tap. TBD tap. We're going to just jam another Mox Amber. Boom, 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 boom. All the goodies. Let's go. Trump sure. Chromatic Sphere, let's do it. We got 18 cards left in our library. We have 16 in our hand. We need to cast one more spell. Give me another Chromatic Sphere because I like Chromatic Spheres. Boom, boom, boom. Ba-boom, ba-boom, boom. I'll put another Glint-Horn on the field because we can. That makes me happy. Because that just doubles all of this damage we're about to deal. Alright, we have 22 cards in hand. Pass. No attacks. End the turn. Discard our hand. Look at all those sweet, sweet triggers. Oh, 45 damage. Oh, feels good. Enjoy all those Praetors, my friend. Alright. I had a bad start to this game, but our opponent gave us one more turn. And that was their undoing. All we needed was one more turn. Man, this deck is sweet. Alright, let's move on to the next. Wow. We have some very powerful cards in our hand, but we don't have the song or any of our little cantrips. No, not cantrips. Any of our little cheapies or freebies to keep it moving. So if we top deck into a song, we're going to be golden. If we don't, this could be rough. But we do have a Triumph on 1. That's nice. I like Triumphs on 1. And it's actually a Triumph, not one of the, like, New Capenna buildings that we call Triumphs. There's the song. Oh. I want to say I'm not going to do that again. That's just not true. Oh. Oh. Creation. Song of creation. Wow, Coco into 2 Prosperous Innkeepers. You can do a lot worse than that, but you can do a heck of a lot better, too. And they also Coco'd on the main phase, notably. It's not generally when you want to do that. But at the same time, hey, who am I to judge? Who amongst us has not Coco'd on a main phase? Alright, let's get Birgi out here. Bloop. Johnny, Strength of the Pride. Okay, they're going Lifegain. Lifegain shenanigans and chicanery and various shenanigans. Alright, yeah, this Johnny's Pride mate is going to get unreasonably large right out of the gate, which is fine. I am not afraid. As much as maybe I should be. Alright, so this is one spell. I'm going to pick up a couple of these little innkeepers. Beep, 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 beep. We have 1 mana left, which is mildly unfortunate, but we can't attack into that. But the reason for getting rid of those innkeepers, like focusing on those, is all the scurry out combo. Ugh. If they have a Heliod, they just have infinite. Go screw yourself. But they haven't hit Heliod yet, so we still have some time. We might be able to pop off next turn to make this happen. We'll see. Hey, welcome to my face. You're not touching my combo pieces. Chromatic Sphere, that's a fine draw. That's a fine draw. We take those. Because with Birgi down, that's just free. That's free cards. I love free cards. If we can hit a Mox Amber, Striker Rich is good. Striker Rich is free as well. It's actually net positive, so that's good. Good. I like this. Let us strike it rich. Flick it flash. Let's see, we can't... We'd have to tap out for another song here. I don't like that. But we can jam a Glint-Horn and keep 1 treasure back. As well as some more Manyas. Oh, another Glint-Horn. Snap. We don't quite have the mana to play it at the moment, which is mildly problematic. Looking for a red. We didn't find what we were looking for. Unfortunate. Throw those back in. Leave Strike It Rich up. This is going to draw us 3 cards as well, so the chances of us finding something we can cast, not bad. Ornithopter, you'll do. And we got Stomping Grounds, sure, but we can't play lands. Whatevs. Whatevskis. If we can get another 0 drop, then we can get a 3rd Glint-Horn down, and that is like 100% going to do the job. Explorer's not bad here. It'll do the job because it puts another land in, which we need. Striker Rich, basically free. Mox Amber, there it is. Alright, let's Rockfall Vale. Mox Amber. Got 13 cards in hand. That's another Glint-Horn. Triple Glints. Pretty freaking sweet. Alright. Dope. Freaking dope. We can strike it rich. Up that storm count a little bit more. Still have 26 cards left in the library. Let's keep going. Let's get greedy. I love getting greedy. It's my favorite. Oh, more Moxes. Yes. Keep the Moxes flowing. Let's go. With triple glints, they have to see where this is going, right? With quadruple glints, they have to see where this is going, right? Alright, we still have 20 cards. Still have 20 cards. The amount of damage we are about to deal to our opponent is going to be earth-shattering. Now, they could have a Teferi's Protection, which would kind of wreck our day. Except for the kind of part. It would actually completely and totally wreck our day. I'm going full face. Because I can. Should I be divvying these up just in case of some kind of trickery? Yeah, totally. Am I going to? Absolutely not. Where's the fun in that? I'm just going to do all the clicks. All of them. So many clicks. Holy clicks, Batman. There we go. My only beef with Grapeshot is a really cool effect. The one thing on Arena, I wish it resolved faster. Cause like getting this animation one after another is kind of fun, but like couldn't they like 10x that so it looked like a machine gun? That'd be nice. So devs over at Wizards, if you're listening, I mean that'd be nice. Just throwing it out there. All right, we have 20 cards in our hand. We have 80 damage represented here. No attacks, end the turn, discard them all. 80 damage off the Glint-Horns. And the fun part is, we had 3 mana, we could have kept going. But we way didn't need to. We could have taken on an EDH pod with that turn. Boom, baby. Oh, that felt good. This deck is sweet. If you need a fun Song of Creation deck and you enjoy Historic, check this thing out. Glint-Horn Buccaneer plus Song of Creation is cash money. And I don't know why people aren't playing it, because it's excellent. Anyway, thank you for checking out the video. I appreciate it very, very much. I do have some thank yous to give to our patrons, so let's do that. Thank you so much to everyone who donated to the Patreon, patreon.com/Hammox42. If you would like your name displayed here in these hallowed halls, you certainly can for as little as $1 a month. And I want to give a huge thank you to the Mythic patrons donating at the $10 or more level, and that is Dream Dragon Ari, Else89, the Master of Scoots, and Silent Labber. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for checking out the video. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next one.